I think compute is going to be the currency of the future. I think it will be maybe the most precious commodity in the world.
GPU compute is becoming a vital global resource.
And I think we should be investing heavily to make a lot more compute.
In many ways, compute is the new oil.
GPUs are the most important resource in the world. They're basically, like, even China literally imported more chips than oil last year. So this idea that GPUs are the new oil.
Especially with the rise of artificial intelligence.
And they're so important because they're used to train, optimize, and distribute AI models.
Now, IONet solves this. The Internet of GPUs is finally here, and as explained by CEO Tory Green.
And basically what we're doing is we're effectively serving as like an Airbnb for GPU compute. So we're tapping into all these unutilized sources, and that allows us to provide nearly unlimited computing power to machine learning engineers at up to 90% cheaper than AWS, GCP, and Azure.
So IO.net is a hidden gem in the DePIN crypto space, offering AI compute as a currency powered by the IO token built on Solana.
With more available enterprise-grade GPUs to cluster than Amazon AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure combined, IONet provides open access to compute on demand at a fraction of the cost of traditional cloud providers.
IO.net is sponsoring today's video, so I can share with you the multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. I'll share with you this X thread in a sec. But just so you understand exactly what this crypto project is, the power of global GPU resources with a single click. Essentially, on-demand GPU access, instant and permissionless access to the internet of GPUs with industry-breaking prices.
IO Cloud is up to 80% cheaper than major players in the market. We are talking about the same performance quality and reliability for a fraction of the price.
And a big reason on how they're able to accomplish this: decentralized clusters.
What is difficult for a lot of people to understand about IONet, and you mentioned the clustering, and I think it's sort of helpful for people to know what that is, because quite honestly, this is something, and I've been around AI for years and I wasn't aware of this, but clustering at a high level is taking multiple GPUs to work as a single powerful supercomputer. And everyone doing AI uses clusters. Without clusters, it would have taken 10 years to train GPT-3. So it's like Uber's using clusters, OpenAI is using clusters, Instacart's using clusters, everyone's using.
And how IO.net is different than the centralized players that control the space today.
It's very easy to create a cluster from when all your GPUs are co-located. So right now, like everyone, if you go to GCP, you go to Azure, you go to AWS, you can basically spin up a cluster. Where the problem is in the market is until IONet, no one has really found a way to create clusters from different geographic locations. And so because of that, while the sort of like Airbnb for GPUs is a great idea, it hadn't actually worked previously, right? Because if you go to most of our competitors, what you get is you get a single instance, right? You get 1 to 8 GPUs, which, you're not going to really use that unless you're a hobbyist. So our secret sauce is the ability to cluster across multiple locations, and we can really do it on any type of hardware you want.
So this is DePIN. Decentralized physical infrastructure allows this. And even these other DePIN coins, like Render, like Filecoin, like Aether, and more, I did not know this.
But the key is that we can actually leverage all of these other sources, and that's why a lot of our suppliers are actually other DePINs. So Filecoin's a supplier, Aether's a supplier, Render's a supplier, Nosana's a supplier, Gaiman's a supplier. I think Nosana is. Forgive me if I confuse our pipeline with what we've announced, but a lot of these sort of, I don't want to call them bare metal, but a lot of these Airbnb for GPUs are actually feeding into us.
Now, what else makes IO.net different? Well, they have so many notable investors that you've heard of backing the project.
We've been joined by the incredible teams at Hack VC, Multicoin Capital, Sixth Man Ventures, OKX Ventures, Aptos Labs, Solana Ventures, M13, and many others, as well as prominent leaders, to name a few: Solana founder Anatoly, Aptos founders Mo and Avery, Yatov and Imoca Brands, Sebastian, the co-founder of the Sandbox, and not to mention several C-level leaders among the world's largest GPU makers. This long list of leading VCs and angels is only part of the supporters that have backed the IO vision. And together, we've raised over $40 million in an oversubscribed Series A round, further endorsing our mission and turbocharging our execution. We crossed the unicorn mark in our first 10 months, and this is just the beginning.
Now they have a few different products: IO Cloud, IO Worker, and IO Explorer. Actually, this is the full breakdown and what each product allows. IO Cloud. Access decentralized GPU clusters on demand via IO workers, eliminating the need for costly hardware or infrastructure. So this one's pretty self-explanatory. Also, IO Worker. Put the power into your hands with our easy-to-use one-stop interface for all CPU and GPU worker setups, configurations, earnings, and security. Also, IO Explorer. Curious about how our networks work, including metrics and rewards, we offer detailed insights into IO.net's operations, similar to blockchain explorers like SolScan, but designed specifically for IO.net's GPU projects. Also, IOCoin, connecting all the Web3 money that's flowing into the GPU to power IO.net, a blockchain-based cryptocurrency and platform designed to foster a decentralized ecosystem for applications and services. So this enables all the different GPUs and clusters to talk to each other, to communicate and interact. Also, IOID, which is a big one. It's a place where you can track earnings and expenses. IOID is the central hub where you can easily see what's been added to your balance and how to withdraw it in crypto. And finally, IOG. IOG Network is a decentralized physical infrastructure network of independently operating geo-distributed hardware nodes that provide permissionless access to on-demand compute. Of course, all making the pillars of IO.net.
And the truth is, we are a crypto company, but we don't see ourselves as a crypto company. We don't get caught up in the day-to-day of different DePIN providers and what they're doing. I mean, we're a competitor to AWS, GCP, Azure, plain and simple. We have much, much bigger goals than crypto. It's just that, crypto, obviously, like you cannot do what we're doing without crypto. So we need it as a tool, but ultimately we see ourselves as a competitor to big tech.
Now give this video a like if you got value today, if you now have a better understanding of what IO.net is. And the last thing of note I want to mention is BC8.ai. This is a truly decentralized AI app.
Like an app store for AI apps. And we've actually already kind of built this in an app that we're dog fooding. It's called BC8. So that's Bravo Charlie 8.ai. And we created this ourselves, but basically it's the first fully decentralized AI app. You can go on there, you can generate an image, and every GPU that it's made on is decentralized, and every part of that transaction is recorded on chain. So it shows, there are all these micropayments. So it may be like a 1,000th of a cent to the app creator, 1,000th of a cent to the model creator, 2,000th of a cent to the compute provider, and then 1,000th of a cent to IONet.
Great video, awesome jumping off point. And by the way, I will link this tweet thread down below. Like always, see you tomorrow.